they have 5/28/2017 Hector Wilkins shot. So we know what that stems from. When Mo3 had to shoot his way from the club in Fort Worth with the incident involving Go Yayo, wanted to bum rush the club, and Mo3 didn't let him on stage, and he got mad, and there was a shootout. Hector Wilkins got shot. A day later, he died. He was 31 years old at that time. It was the early morning of May 27th, 2017, which will make it May 28th, early morning. It happened at Club Phantom in Fort Worth, Texas. Police say they responded around 4 a.m. after reports of gunfire at the nightclub. Moments later, a man with multiple gunshot wounds to his upper torso arrived at a local hospital. The victim was identified as Hector Wilkins. He later died. A couple of days later, according to the Tarrant County Medical Examiner. The Fort Worth Police Department's gang unit said they were investigating the shooting, but no public information about arrests, suspects, or a motive was released in the news reporting at the time. But why do they have this as on their list? Well, looks like they got a lot of things on their list. So we know what happened with that incident. So what are they trying to say? Is motive, Fort Worth, Go Yayo possibly had something to do with it? Well, we're just going to break the list down. Right. So, then we got August the 1st, 2017, Roy Lee jump.
Man, this nigga here so much of a gangster.
My nigga, I heard what happened, bro. Nigga, we looking for them niggas right now.
Yeah, man. I'm doing all right, though. Yeah, I had to call the laws, man. I got shot in the leg. I couldn't drive.
That's the street shit, man. Fuck that shit, man.
Man, the laws was there before you would have came. You would have got lost or any goddamn thing, man.
Man, fuck that shit. No, we don't fuck with no laws, my nigga.
Man, you don't fuck with I fuck with the law. They cooling them up at the donut shop and shit, man. Bye, man. Nigga talking about fuck the police, man. I'm not finna get into it with that. I couldn't drive. If I would have called him, it would have took him 20, 30 minutes. Hell no, that mean the ambulance, police, all the firefighter shit, that's in the same bucket. All of them coming. It was an emergency. They took me to the emergency. They talking about fuck, boy, I know this nigga too much of a thug, man. Talking about what they doing, what they don't do.
8/1/2017. Roy Lee jump. A little history on that incident. And it's about the same time we know Roy Lee got on Yella Beezy's ass about whether or not he was from Oak Cliff, America, as they call it, a neighborhood in Dallas, Texas, right? Because he seen Beezy, Yella Beezy, Yellow Bird, as he called him. He's, according to Roy Lee, he was lying in his interviews. He's not from Oak Cliff, right? Then there was an altercation at a Dallas nightclub where, from my understanding, a guy named Jose Bodego, and Yella Beezy snuck Roy Lee, meaning that they jumped on Roy Lee at a Dallas club. And according to Roy Lee's account, Yella Beezy threw a punch. Roy Lee dodged the punch. And then the men with Yella Beezy supposedly snuck and jumped on Roy Lee, and including a blow to his head. And from what I understand, one of the dudes was this guy, what name? Jose Bodego, right? After that, Roy Lee challenged Yella Beezy to a one-on-one. Yella Beezy, according to Roy Lee, said he was going to fight Roy Lee. And Roy Lee said he was going to fight Yella Beezy. And Yella Beezy said he was going to fight Roy Lee. And from what I understand, one of the dudes was this guy, what name? Jose Bodego, Jose Bodego, right? After that, Roy Lee challenged Yella Beezy to a one-on-one. win, lose, or draw, boxing match. No weapons, just only hands, with money on the line, indicating that he felt like he wanted his fair fight, right? So, and then we got the shooting. The shooting came on September 25th, 2018, as you can see. Roy Lee shot. He was shot in the leg, right? He was hospitalized, and as y'all can see, he died on 10/13 from complications related to that shot in the leg, specifically a blood clot that traveled to his lungs, right? Then, after that, as you can see, the day after 2014, Yella Beezy shot in a drive-by shooting. It's been speculated, according to Mo3. I did that, right? So let's watch this little clip of Yella Beezy being shot, and we're gonna see why the prosecution got this timeline, cause this is they chain of events, and it probably started before that, before the first date, the Hector Wilkins shit, but they probably ain't gonna show everything they got. It's just their little timeline, so we just breaking it down. True, let's check this out. Y'all ready to get his ass blew up a day after Roy Lee died. True.
Multiple agencies are investigating the early morning shooting of a man driving on the Sam Rayburn Tollway. Louisville police say more than a dozen shots were fired into a 26-year-old man's vehicle and several rounds struck him. Fox 4's James Rose has more on the investigation and who police are looking for. James.
Right, Natalie. Louisville police detectives, along with state troopers and the North Texas Tollway Authority, are reviewing video and toll tag information, trying to get suspect information and piece together exactly what happened this morning. Louisville police say at 3:38 this morning they got a 911 call from a driver saying he'd been shot multiple times by someone in another vehicle in the northbound lanes of the Sam Rayburn Tollway at FM 544. Police say 26-year-old DeAndre Conway was shot 3 times and was still conscious and breathing when he was transported to a nearby hospital. Conway told investigators he was out with friends and had dropped them off in Louisville and was on his way home when he was fired on. Police say more than a dozen rounds were fired into Conway's vehicle. Investigators are hoping businesses and/or tollway cameras will lead them to the suspects. Investigators say it's unclear if Conway knew who fired the shots or if the attack was random.
We're uncertain of the motive of the shooting. We'll work that out as we speak and interview the victim, gather more information, and also review any and all evidence that we're able to obtain through the toll authority.
And police shut down that portion of the tollway this morning as investigators work to gather evidence they believe they could have found on the scene. Now, police are also examining Conway's vehicle to see if any evidence can be linked to the shooter or shooters. Now, it's unclear what condition Conway is in. Initial reports from police indicated his wounds were not life-threatening. Natalie?
All right, James Rose, thank you.
11/7/2018, the Breakfast Club, Power 105.1 interview Yella Beezy. Don't ask me what it's their timeline, so I'm quite sure it's more, but let's check the interview out. True.